Maybe you know Joash of Judah, the 6-year-old baby king who brought reformation after the reign of Queen Athaliah, but we are not talking about him. There is another Joash who reigned in Israel, and actually, at some points, the two leaders were ruling at the same time. Today, we explore the life of King Joash of Israel, also called Jehoash, and the spiritual lessons God teaches us through him. This story is about power of acting fully when God gives an opportunity. Take a moment to think. God gives opportunities every day. How often do we act fully on them? How often do we stop halfway? Today, we will reflect deeply on Joash's life and the lessons it teaches us. Joash became king of Israel in Samaria after his father Jehoahaz. Scripture says, "And Joash the son of Jehoahaz became king over Israel in Samaria and reigned 16 years." 2 Kings 13:10. During his reign, Israel faced constant threats from Aram, a kingdom northeast of Israel, centered in Damascus. Aram was powerful, with strong armies and chariots. The people, called Arameans, frequently raided Israel. 2 Kings 6:8-23. King Hazael of Aram oppressed Israel, capturing cities and imposing tribute. Scripture says, "For the Lord had afflicted Israel because of the sins of Jeroboam the son of Nebat." 2 Kings 13:9. Joash did evil in the sight of the Lord. He did not depart from all the sins of Jeroboam the son of Nebat, which he had caused Israel to sin, but he did what was right in the eyes of the Lord in what he did. 2 Kings 13:11. Although he acted rightly in some ways, he still continued in sin. God gives opportunities even to imperfect people, but the results depend on obedience. Amid this oppression, God provided guidance through the prophet Elisha. When Joash sought counsel, Elisha put his hands upon him, symbolizing God's empowerment, and instructed him, "Take the arrows," 2 Kings 13:15, and then said, "Strike the ground with them," 2 Kings 13:15. Joash struck 3 times and then stopped. Elisha became angry and said, "You should have struck 5 or 6 times. Then you would have struck Aram until you had destroyed it. But now you shall strike Aram only 3 times." The Kings 13:18. Immediately, Israel experienced victory over Aram, and some of the lost territories were regained. So the Lord was gracious to them and delivered them by the hand of Joash. 2 Kings 13:19. Elisha putting his hands on Joash represented God's empowerment, showing that Joash was not acting alone but as God's instrument. Taking the arrows showed that God often provides a means for his people to act, sometimes simple, symbolic, yet effective. Striking the ground with them symbolized fighting Aram, Israel's enemy, showing that faithful action, even when the meaning is not fully clear, produces results. Striking fewer times limited the victory, demonstrating that full effort and faith bring greater outcomes, while partial effort achieves partial results. Key lessons emerge from this story. First, use all that is in your power. Joash's 3 strikes were effective, but greater effort would have secured a more complete victory. Scripture reminds us, "Whatever your hand finds to do, do it with your might." Ecclesiastes 9:10. Reflect on your life. Are you giving your full effort in the battles God has set before you? Second, partial effort brings partial results. Even though Joash regained some territory, the incomplete action meant Israel didn't fully secure victory. Scripture says, "He who is faithful in what is least is faithful also in much." Luke 16:10. Sometimes small, faithful steps lead to greater triumphs. Third, boldness and full action bring greater results. God's plans exceed our imagination. Boldness coupled with faith allows us to reclaim what seems impossible. Have I not commanded you? Be strong and of good courage. Do not be afraid, nor be dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. Joshua 1:9. Consider this. How bold are you in seizing God's opportunities? Fourth, faith and action work together. Joash followed instructions even without full understanding. Scripture says, "Thus also faith by itself, if it does not have works, is dead. James 2:17. Faith is not passive. It requires action. The Bible continues to say, immediately, Israel experienced victory over Aram, and some of the lost territories were regained. So the Lord was gracious to them and delivered them by the hand of Joash, 2 Kings 13:19. Joash walked away from that encounter with both a promise and a limitation. The opportunity for total victory was gone, and what remained was partial deliverance. Elisha's words were fulfilled. Scripture says, "So Hazael king of Syria died. Then Ben-Hadad his son reigned in his place. And Jehoash, the son of Jehoahaz, recaptured from the hand of Ben-Hadad, the son of Hazael, the cities which he had taken out of the hand of Jehoahaz his father by war. 3 times Joash defeated him and recaptured the cities of Israel." 2 Kings 13:24-25. The measure of victory matched the measure of Joash's obedience. Joash's story ends in tragedy. He was assassinated by his own officials. Scripture says, "And Joash the king of Israel died, and Jeroboam his son reigned in his place." 2 Kings 13:25. His life reminds us that opportunities are fleeting. God's timing is precise, and our response matters. When God presents a clear moment to act, hesitation can mean missing the blessing. From Joash's life and the war with Aram, we learn that God equips us to face strong opposition. Faith requires action. Obedience produces tangible results. Boldness and decisiveness unlock the full potential of God's opportunities, and God's grace accompanies our faithful response. So today, reflect on your own life. What opportunities has God given you? Are you acting decisively and with faith to reclaim, restore, or advance in the areas He has called you to? Don't stop halfway. Take full action. Trust God to bring complete victory. Step forward boldly, obey fully, and let every effort you make in faith be used by God to accomplish His purposes. Your moment is now. Strike with all your heart, all your strength, and all your faith.